The sound of a broken bed frame collapsing in the middle of the night was the last thing I expected to hear from my quiet neighbor's house. But when I rushed across the street and saw her sitting alone in the darkness, surrounded by pieces of a life that had already fallen apart once before, I realized the broken wood beneath her mattress was not the only thing that needed fixing. Sometimes, the things people hide behind closed doors are heavier than any broken object. Sometimes, a simple act of kindness can become the beginning of a second chance. Before we continue this emotional journey, if stories about kindness, healing, and unexpected connections touch your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel Voice of Kindness Second Chances. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories like this to life. My name was Daniel, and for most of my life, I had been the person people called when something needed repairing. A broken door, a leaking pipe, a damaged fence, or an old piece of furniture that needed a little care. I worked with my hands because fixing things made sense to me. Wood could be replaced. Screws could be tightened. Cracks could be sealed. Life, however, was not always that simple. A few years earlier, I had lost my wife after a long illness. Losing her changed the way I saw the world. The house that once felt warm became painfully quiet. The laughter that filled the rooms disappeared, and every corner carried memories that I wasn't ready to face. I kept myself busy with repairs because staying busy was easier than admitting how lonely I had become. That was when I met Emily, my new neighbor. She moved into the small house next to mine with a few boxes, an old car, and a look in her eyes that told me she had been through something difficult. She was polite but distant. We exchanged simple greetings when we passed each other, but neither of us ever crossed the invisible line that people often create around themselves. I knew very little about her. I only knew she lived alone, worked long hours, and rarely had visitors. Sometimes, I would see her sitting on her porch in the evening, staring into the distance as if she was remembering a life that no longer existed. Then one rainy night, everything changed. I was sitting in my living room when I heard a loud crash coming from her house. At first, I thought something serious had happened. I ran outside and knocked on her door. After a few moments, she opened it, looking embarrassed and surprised to see me standing there. Her bed frame had broken while she was trying to move it away from the wall. The old wooden support had finally given up after years of holding weight it was never designed to carry. I offered to repair it the next morning, but she looked exhausted and told me she had no idea how she would manage it alone. The next day, I brought my tools over and started working. As I removed the damaged pieces of wood, I noticed small scratches and marks on the frame. They were signs of years passing, years of memories, and years of someone trying to hold on to something familiar. Emily watched quietly as I worked. She told me the bed had belonged to her parents. It was one of the few things she had left from her childhood home. After losing her mother and going through a painful divorce, that old bed had become a reminder that she still had somewhere she belonged. I understood that feeling more than she realized. While repairing the frame, I noticed something different about her. The woman who always looked guarded slowly started to relax. She began sharing little pieces of her story. She talked about the mistakes she wished she could undo, the people she missed, and the fear of starting over when life had already taken so much from her. I didn't try to give her perfect advice. I simply listened. Sometimes, people don't need someone to solve their problems. They just need someone who is willing to sit beside them while they carry the weight. Over the next few weeks, our friendship grew naturally. We would talk over coffee on the porch, share stories about our pasts, and laugh about small things that neither of us had laughed about in a long time. I realized that Emily wasn't just my neighbor. She was someone who understood what it felt like to lose a part of yourself and wonder if you would ever feel whole again. One evening, she asked me to come over because the repaired bed frame was finally finished. She wanted to make sure it was strong enough after all the work I had done. I walked into her room and checked every corner, making sure the frame was secure. The old wooden pieces had been replaced, the support had been strengthened, and something that once seemed broken had been given a new life. She smiled and looked at the bed, then looked back at me. She gently asked me to sit down beside her for a moment so we could see if the frame truly held. It wasn't really about the bed anymore. It was about trust. It was about two people who had both spent years believing they had to face everything alone. I sat beside her, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel the heavy silence that had followed me since losing my wife. I felt peace. I felt understood. I felt like maybe life was not finished giving me reasons to smile. That night, we talked for hours. We talked about grief, forgiveness, and the courage it takes to open your heart after it has been hurt. We realized that both of us had been trying to repair ourselves in isolation, when sometimes healing begins when someone simply shows up and cares. Months passed, and the small kindness that started with a broken bed frame became something beautiful. Emily became part of my life in a way I never expected. We didn't erase the pain from our pasts, and we never forgot the people we had lost. Instead, we learned that love and happiness can return in different forms. A broken thing does not always mean it is worthless. Sometimes it means it has survived. Sometimes it means it has a story. Sometimes, with enough care and patience, it can become stronger than it ever was before. Looking back, I thought I was repairing a piece of furniture that night. I thought I was helping my neighbor fix a problem in her home. But the truth was, she was helping me repair something inside myself that I thought was gone forever. We often walk past people every day without knowing the battles they are fighting. The person next door might be carrying sadness behind a smile. The person sitting alone might just need someone to remind them they matter. A small act of kindness can create a connection that changes two lives forever. If this story touched your heart, please support this video by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Every comment and every share helps spread messages of compassion, hope, and second chances to people who may need them. Before we reach the end, I want to ask you something special. Comment, kindness creates second chances, if you believe one small act of care can change someone's life. And sometimes, the person we help heal is the person who helps heal us too.